Today I'm showing you how to make one of the easiest breads you'll ever make. It's made with just 3 ingredients in under an hour. And yes, one of these ingredients is mayonnaise. It may sound strange, but I promise you, you're gonna love this. Welcome y'all to Robin on the Farm. This really simple no-knead bread can be made with only 3 ingredients. All you need is some self-rising flour, some milk, and some mayonnaise. There's no yeast in this bread. Now the mayonnaise might sound like a totally odd ingredient for this bread recipe, but really mayonnaise is only eggs and oil, and those are used all the time to make bread. And you'll get a really good, soft, tender bread because of the mayonnaise. First, you're gonna want some self-rising flour. Now at the grocery store, you're gonna see several options for flours. You'll mainly see all-purpose flour or plain flour. You'll also see bread flour, which is higher in protein, and it's really great for kneaded yeast breads where you want to develop the gluten that'll give you a really good rise to your bread. But you don't need either one of those for this bread. If you use either one of those, you're gonna have bread that's just flat as a pancake that doesn't rise at all. For this one, you want self-rising flour. Now, self-rising flour already has salt and a leavening agent in it to give you a rise to your bread. But if you don't have any self-rising flour or you can't find it at the grocery store, you can also make your own using some salt and some baking powder. I'll leave you the printable recipe for this really easy 3-ingredient bread down in the description and also on my website, robinonthefarm.com. I'll leave this recipe in grams and in cups and spoons, and I'll also leave you the substitution for this self-rising flour. All you need is some all-purpose flour or some plain flour, baking powder, and some salt, and you can make your own, no problem. And it works just as well as buying self-rising flour from the store. To make this recipe, you don't need a stand mixer or any special or expensive equipment. I'm just gonna throw everything into my mixing bowl and then throw it in the oven to bake. Now at the start of this recipe, you're gonna wanna get your oven preheating to 350 degrees, or you're gonna be waiting on your oven to preheat. This is such a quick recipe that you can have it ready from start to finish in about 45 minutes. So in under an hour, you can have really delicious bread to enjoy. So let's just make this bread. To my 2 cups of self-rising flour, I'm gonna add 1 cup of milk. I prefer using raw whole milk from my cows, but you can use any kind of milk that you want. You can use whole milk, 1%, 2%, skim milk. You can use milk alternatives like oat milk or almond milk. But the main thing to keep in mind is that the higher fat content that your milk has in it, you're gonna get a better texture to your bread. It's gonna be a little bit richer of a bread. So I'm using whole milk, but you can use anything that you want. So add that right on into your self-rising flour. Now another good thing about this recipe is that we're gonna be adding in this mayonnaise, which is gonna bring in a little bit more fat. So you really can get away with using a lower fat milk if you want to. This is really gonna help the texture and the richness of this bread. So I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. This is just an organic mayonnaise, but I'm just gonna add that right on in there. Now another cool thing with this recipe is that you can easily make this into a vegan bread recipe if you wanna use a milk alternative and an eggless mayonnaise. So that's a cool option if you'd like to do that. And those are already all 3 of our ingredients. So simple, so fast to put together. Now, you can use whatever you want to mix up this dough. I love using my Danish dough whisk. So fun to use, it's such a great design. But you can use a wooden spoon, you can use anything that you want, but I enjoy every chance that I get to use my Danish dough whisk. So I'm just gonna take a minute just to mix this up. You don't wanna over-mix your dough, definitely under-mix it. It can be a little bit lumpy and that'll be fine. Now you only need to spend about 30 seconds mixing up this bread dough. Now take a look at the consistency and the texture of this. It's definitely not a ball of dough. It's definitely more like a thick batter, and this is exactly what you want it to be like. Now this makes this bread even easier to make because you don't even have to shape it into a loaf. Instead, we're just gonna pour this batter into a loaf pan. Now, I'm gonna use an 8.5 by 4.5 inch size loaf pan. This is one of my cast iron loaf pans. I love my cast iron. It bakes everything so evenly, so nicely. And there's none of those chemicals or nonstick coatings to get into our food. So it's a really healthy way to bake your bread. But usually when I make quick breads, I'll use this loaf pan liner. This is basically a big cupcake liner, and it makes cleanup that much faster, that much simpler, and I'm all about that. So it just fits right on into my loaf pan. But if you're not using a liner, definitely oil up, grease up your loaf pan, and your bread will just slide right on out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this batter into my loaf pan. Now that I have all of this dough into my loaf pan, I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit. Make sure it fills the corners and everything evenly. And I already have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. The great thing with this bread is that it doesn't require any rise time. So you can just mix it up, throw it in your loaf pan, and bake it right away. That's why it makes it so fast and easy, way faster than your typical yeast breads. So I'm gonna let this bake for about 35 to 40 minutes, and I will show it to you when it's all ready. All right, y'all, our 3-ingredient bread is fresh out of the oven. Look how good this looks. I let this bake at 350 degrees for 40 minutes. You can always let yours go a little bit longer if you want to get it a little bit more brown, but this is exactly how I like mine. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this out immediately from the loaf pan. Now remember, we used the loaf pan liner, so it comes out really easily. It didn't even stick at all to the loaf pan liner. Okay, look at this. Oh, it looks so good. And let me tell you, it smells so good too. I wish that y'all could smell this. What a gorgeous little loaf of bread. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I like to add a little bit of melted butter on top. Totally optional, you don't have to do that, but it just gives it a little bit more flavor. Who doesn't like a buttery flavor for their bread? So I have my really cool little cast iron melting pot. I just melted a tiny bit of butter in this, and I'm just gonna kind of slather this all over the top of this bread. And this just gives you a really good taste and that pretty shine to your bread. Okay, now I'm gonna let this cool off just for a few minutes, just so it's not super hot, doesn't burn my mouth. Then we'll cut into it and check it out. All right, I've given our 3-ingredient bread a little chance to cool off just slightly. Look how good this loaf of bread looks. Let's go ahead and cut into it and check out the inside. Now, if you let yours cool all the way, you're gonna get a better crumb out of your bread, but sometimes you just gotta dig into nice warm bread, don't you? Look at that. That looks great. It is definitely kind of a crusty bread. You can see that it's kind of crumbly at the top, but look at that. Look at that awesome texture it has inside. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bite of this. It's good. This really is such an easy and fast and delicious loaf of bread to make. I'm really pleased with it. It has such a great texture, a great taste. It's almost like a biscuit bread. It's fantastic. It goes great with soups, salads, stews. Anytime you need to bulk up your meal a little bit, this one's so easy and it's so yummy. Everyone will like this bread. If you want to make the same recipe into rolls or drop biscuits, you can also do that. I have a video on that. I'll leave it down in the description. I also have another similar 2-ingredient bread recipe that's made using only self-rising flour and milk. No mayo in that one. And I get asked all the time if you can make that into a gluten-free bread. I've never done that myself, but I've had a lot of other people comment and say that they've had great success using the Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 gluten-free baking flour. I hesitate telling you that because I haven't done it myself, but it might be a good thing to experiment with if you need a gluten-free bread. I also get asked all the time how I like to store my breads to keep them fresh. This is how I like to store my breads. I put them in these beeswax bread bags. These are our handmade beeswax bread bags that my 3 daughters and I make together. They are a great alternative to plastic bags. They're breathable, so it helps your bread not to mold. They keep them a great texture, and you don't have to use any plastic bags. So I feel like this is a good, healthy alternative to those plastic bread bags. And look how cute they are. Aren't they cute on your countertop? So I will leave the printable recipe and the link to our handmade beeswax bread bags down in the description. Thanks so much for being here with me on Robin on the Farm. I hope you like this 3-ingredient bread. Try it out. Let me know how you like it.
Robin's in the kitchen, dough beneath her hands, wheat from the fields and eggs from her land. Sunlight through the window, a warm golden glow. She's working hard to make that dough. With flour on her apron, loving each knead, Ground wheat fresh, sowing her seed. The smell of fresh bread rises in the air. Simple life without a care. In Robin's kitchen, dreams come alive. Each loaf of bread a reason to strive. From sunrise